guys, it's Way here, and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. Now, sorry about not uploading, I think, for the past 2 days. Basically, I had to stay at the campsite I was staying at for 1 day longer because the weather was really nice, so I just wanted to stay for a bit more. So yeah, sorry about that, but I've got another video for you guys today, and I'm going to have daily uploads for the next couple of days. And actually, I have managed to get Sony Vegas on my mum's laptop, so now I should be able to do videos with Facecam, and I've actually got a football video which I'm in the middle of editing, and a brand new goal compilation, so plenty of stuff coming in the future. And also, before we do get on into today's video, thank you guys so much for 5,000 subscribers whilst I was away camping, which was pretty cool. I actually met like 3 or 4 of my subscribers, which was awesome. So if you guys are watching the video, comment down below. But yeah, it was pretty cool going camping and everything. But we hit 5,000 subscribers in that week that I was away, which is awesome. I think we actually hit that like today or this morning. So thanks a lot for that. I will have a Q&A coming out in probably about a week or so. So if you guys ask me questions in the comments down below, you've got a really good chance of having them featured in the Q&A in like a week or so. I may do a video specifically on that, asking for you guys to comment some questions. But without further ado, let's go on into the video. And today I'm going to be bringing you guys a whole brand new batch of transfers coming to Ultimate Team. This is the latest batch that EA have put in. There are some awesome players really right here. A load of cards which are going to make a real impact to squad building and kind of make the game a bit more interesting and exciting when it comes to building different teams and using some players who I've not actually used that much this year. So we've got a lot of quite big transfers, some quite big teams, some quite big players are involved. So let's start off with Giulano right here. He is a 5-star skiller, one of my favourite skillers on this game, and one of the few kind of Brazilian gold 5-star skillers left on FIFA. There's like him and Neymar really. Back in the day on like FIFA 14 even, there was like Jadson, there were loads and loads. I think back like before then you had loads more. You had people like Marlos, I think he may have been a silver, but you just had so many more skillers who were Brazilian, and like you'd obviously have like Ronaldinho, people like that. And it was just like much easier to build like Brasilva teams or skill teams full of like Brazilian players, and we never really see that anymore. I mean, I don't know what's really happened. I think a lot of them have gone to leagues that aren't really in FIFA anymore. However, we are going to see some new skillers. I think Rubinho is going to come back hopefully on FIFA 17. I may do a video, if you guys do actually want me to do a video actually on like potential 5-star skillers or 5-star skillers who are coming back into Ultimate Team for FIFA 17, who've maybe transferred to new teams and stuff. Comment that down below. I'll be able to do that for you guys if you do want. But yeah, Giulano right here, going to get a hyperlink to Hulk on FIFA 16. But if you didn't know, Hulk's actually gone to play for a team in Shanghai, I believe, in China. So we're not going to be seeing that hyperlink anymore on FIFA 17. But there is actually a silver Brazilian who has got over 70 in every stat who gets a hyperlink to him, which is pretty good. And there are a couple of other 5-star skillers. I think there's Vitinho is going to be going back to the Russian league with CSKA Moscow next year, as well as some other players like that. Next up, we have Andre Schürrle. Now, he actually went for around £30 million from Wolfsburg to Borussia Dortmund right there. So a pretty nice transfer for them. However, you will see in a minute, they actually have like 3 left mids, which are going to be a bit complicated for building teams on FIFA. I don't know if they're going to change Schürrle potentially to a striker, because I think that's where he has been playing recently, and he'd be a pretty good striker as well. I mean, he's 6 foot tall, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He's got a decent card, so yeah, he's going to be a good kind of cheap Royce player on FIFA 17. Next up, we have Alexandre Pato. Now, this transfer here wasn't actually in the latest batch, it was in the batch before that. However, there were some kind of meh players who I don't really think you guys would have been too interested in, so I decided to put Pato in because I didn't know about him. Only just saw this recently, and he's actually gone to Villarreal. Now, he was on loan at Chelsea, I believe, from, was it Corinthians? I'm not too sure which team it was. It may have been Corinthians, may have been Sao Paulo in the Brazilian league, but he's actually gone to Villarreal, which is a pretty good transfer. Now, Villarreal always seem to have like really good, cheap, overpowered, fun-to-use strikers on Ultimate Team. Back on FIFA 12, they had Nilmar, who was a Brazilian, who was so OP. They also had Uche and Dos Santos last year. Those 2 strikers were 2 of my favourite and most fun strikers to use. Like, they were just really good. Like, you could just dribble through the defences so easily with them. They were really good players to use. And yeah, Alexandre Pato has now gone to Villarreal, who actually finished 4th in the La Liga BBVA last season. So we could see some good upgrades to some of their players, so we could potentially be able to build some nice teams, including Alexandre Pato. He's going to get a nice link to Neymar as well. And yeah, you never know, he could rekindle his career after being one of the most hyped up players in the world when he was younger at AC Milan, and now he has kind of gone downhill. I think he only played like 2 games for Chelsea. But yeah, pretty nice card right there. Next up we have Leroy Sane. He's gone to Manchester City for a fee of around £40 million, I do believe. And in my opinion, really, really good transfer. I'm a Man City fan if you didn't know. I'm really looking forward to seeing this guy play in the Premier League. I've seen him play quite a lot in the Bundesliga. I've been watching his highlights, and he scored some pretty nice goals. Looks like quite an exciting player in real life, and hopefully in FIFA he will have 4-star skills next season. Apparently he should probably deserve them. He does quite a few skills in game, so yeah, he could be a really good player maybe to use on FIFA 17, and he'll probably be quite cheap. I mean, he'll be very quick, tall as well. And yeah, he's already got a decent card. We can expect him to have a decent upgrade as well for next season. I believe he started as a 74 rated silver, then went up to a 75 rated gold, so he might get like a 77, maybe a 78 rated card. Could be a left mid or could be a right mid. I expect it will probably be a right mid. I think that's where he'll play for City, but you never really know with EA. Next up we do have Mario Gotze. Now, as I was saying, there are a lot of left mids who play for Borussia Dortmund, and Gotze, for some reason, he's been moved to a left mid. I'm not too sure why, because I expect he'll play in the middle, probably as an attacking midfielder or a centre mid for Borussia Dortmund, considering they already have Royce and Schürrle as left mids. However, on FIFA 17, we could, as I said, see Schürrle converted to a striker and Gotze converted to an attacking midfielder. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting position change. Not too sure why they've done that. So I doubt many people are going to be using him really with this transfer card. Since he is a left mid, and not many people are really going to want to use him in that position. If he was a central line player, he'd be pretty good, but that is the biggest transfer really of this latest batch of transfers. And yeah, it's a pretty big one for in real life football as well, not just FIFA. He has moved back to his boyhood club, which is Borussia Dortmund, so good to see them having that kind of reunion of Gotze and Royce. Back in the day, those two were, well, I think they still are, they're like really good friends in real life, and yeah, they do play pretty well together, so it should be good seeing him go back to Borussia Dortmund. Next up, we've got Kevin Prince Boateng. Now, he has actually gone to UD Las Palmas, which is in La Liga BBVA. So he actually has a card in the Serie A, Bundesliga, and Liga BBVA right now. Now, I don't think there are many good players on FIFA who actually play for Las Palmas. However, he is still going to get some decent links to, obviously, the good players in the Liga BBVA. He's got a nice, well-rounded card with 4-star skill moves as well. And yeah, he'll probably be pretty cheap next year because of his nationality and club. So yeah, he could be a good cheap player to buy next year, and kind of similar to someone like Enzo Perez or someone like that. Just kind of a cheap midfielder who will do a really good job in your team before you have the coins to get someone like James Rodriguez or Modric. Next up we have Jakub Blaszczykowski. He's actually gone from Dortmund to Wolfsburg. I'm not sure if this is a permanent deal or if it is a loan deal. He was out on loan at Fiorentina this season, and he's actually gone back to Dortmund. He was there for like a week or so, so he did have a card in Ultimate Team. Now he has gone out to Wolfsburg there, so I think they already do have a right mid. They have like Caliguiri, I think he scored, so probably not the best transfer when it comes to Ultimate Team. It would have been better to see him at Dortmund, because I'm not really too sure who they actually have as a right mid. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I'm not too sure who they will have on FIFA 17. Next up, we have got Abdul Rahman Baba, also known as Baba, and yeah, he has actually gone from Chelsea after playing like hardly any games at all for them to Schalke on a loan deal, and he actually gets a hyperlink to Kevin Prince Boateng's old card, so you can maybe build some cool hybrids with them. And yeah, he's got a nice card. Apparently he did leave Chelsea, or was well, loaned away from Chelsea because he's too attacking. And yeah, he has got a good card on Ultimate Team. I mean, really good pace. And they already have a good left back, I believe. Schalke, they have Kolasinac, who is pretty good on this game. But yeah, another nice card in the Bundesliga. There aren't actually too many good left backs in the Bundesliga, so a pretty good transfer for Ultimate Team purposes. Next up, we've got Wissam Ben Yedder. He's actually gone to Sevilla, which is a great transfer for Ultimate Team, because there aren't that many like really good players to use in the Liga. And there are a lot in the Liga BBVA, and Ben Yedder is actually one of the best players on FIFA 16. If you guys haven't used him, seriously, he's amazing, and he's already pretty cheap for this transfer card. He's going to get a hyperlink already to Gamiero. However, he's actually left, and you will see that later on in today's video. He has actually left Sevilla, but yeah, you can't do that on FIFA 17, but on FIFA 16 you can still build some cool non-rare hybrids with him and Gamiero. But yeah, that's a really good transfer in my opinion for Ultimate Team and also probably for real life because Ben Yedder, I mean, the Liga, it's a decent league, but it's not as good as the Liga BBVA, and Ben Yedder was playing very well in the Liga, so hopefully he can prove himself in a bigger league, and yeah, he is a very, very good young player, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves as well. Next up, we have got Andre Gomes. He actually went from Valencia, I believe, to Barcelona. It's a pretty big transfer right there. I think he cost quite a lot. And yeah, really good creative player, quite good defensively as well. Probably have a decent upgrade as well next season, since he did win the Euros with Portugal and played pretty well for Valencia as well. So yeah, should have quite a nice, well-rounded card next year. Next up, we've got Coke. He actually went from, I believe, Sevilla to Schalke. I think it's pronounced Koke, however it is written exactly the same as Coke. But yeah, he actually scored 2 goals in the Europa League final, I believe. Liverpool fans will remember that. And yeah, he's gone to Schalke, and a decent card there. I mean, there aren't that many good fullbacks, as I've said, in the Bundesliga. You've got like Alaba, and now you do have Baba as well for the left backs. Right backs, you don't really have too many good players other than maybe Diekma and Apare, so a good transfer right there. Also, Spanish player in the Bundesliga is pretty good for hybrids. Next up, we've got Jeremy Menez moving from AC Milan to Bordeaux. He actually, on his debut for Bordeaux, had his ear like completely ripped off. If you guys haven't seen, look on Twitter. There are quite a few pictures on there. Just look up Menez injury, and basically on his debut, someone stamped on his ear and literally ripped off like 3/4 of his ear. Really bad injury for him. But yeah, nice card on Ultimate Team, and I'm not too sure who actually plays for Bordeaux. But yeah, he should get some good links to people like Fekir and Bovu in the French league. Next up, we've got Montoya. He's gone to Valencia. This is another loan deal, I believe. He is a Barcelona player, correct me if I'm wrong. But he's gone to a lot of different teams. I think he's gone to Real Betis, he's gone to Inter Milan, now he's gone to Valencia. He's got a lot of cards on Ultimate Team. This one isn't kind of like too big of a transfer really, because obviously he already has a card for, I believe, Barcelona. I don't know if he's actually got a Barcelona card or if he went straight back out on loan to Valencia. But he's got a lot of cards. I think he's already got one in the Liga BBVA. But he's going to get a link to people like Mustafi, Bakali, some players like that. So probably a slightly better player, or slightly better card rather than his card, I believe, at Real Betis for building some hybrids. Next up, we've got Kevin Gamiero. As I said, he has actually transferred away from Sevilla to Atletico Madrid, and yeah, pretty good transfer right there. And he's now going to get a hyperlink to Griezmann, which is a pretty big transfer in real life there, and also going to be pretty good on FIFA. Obviously, getting that hyperlink to Griezmann is going to be good for some hybrids. Next up, we've got Vieto, yet another player that kind of been involved with Sevilla, and Sevilla are actually linked to signing a lot of players. They've actually signed Vieto from Atletico Madrid on loan. So Atletico Madrid obviously got Gamiero, and they got Vieto. Although he is on loan, they didn't permanently sign him. But yeah, he's got a decent card, 4-star skill moves, and some nice stats right there. Next up, we have Ansaldi. He had a great season, picking himself up a Team of the Season card. And he's actually gone to Inter Milan. And they already signed Erkin, so I'm not too sure what's going to happen there. Erkin might play further forwards as a centre mid or something, because he's got pretty well-rounded stats on FIFA. I'm not too sure in real life if he does ever play kind of like not in the left-back position. But yeah, Ansaldi, a nice card right there. And he's going to get a hyperlink to people like Palacios and Icardi if you played them like as a cam in a 4-2-2. So potentially a decent player there for some hybrids. We then have Milik. Now, he was actually signed as a replacement for Higuain for, I believe, like over £30 million, which is a pretty big transfer right there. And yeah, he is gone off the back of having not too good really of the Euros. I believe he scored a couple of goals, but a lot of people kind of criticised his performances in the Euros. But a lot of big players did not really perform too well in the Euros. Lewandowski, Ronaldo, pretty much the whole England team. Loads and loads of players did underperform in the Euros. So yeah, it could be an interesting transfer. I believe he scored 21 goals for, was it Ajax? I think it was Ajax. Last season in the Eredivisie, so yeah, he could potentially score quite a few goals next season and maybe get a nice upgrade on FIFA 17. We then have Max Cruz. Now, he was actually at Werder Bremen, I believe, like 7 years ago. Then he's gone to Wolfsburg, and a couple of other teams along the way. Now he has gone back to Werder Bremen, and he's got quite a nice non-rare card there, and he'll probably get boosted up to a rare card. He's had a couple of informs this season as well, so he should have a decent card next year on Ultimate Team. We then have Adriano. Now he's gone from Barcelona to, is that Besiktas? Yes, it is Besiktas. They're in the Super League, so the Turkish League, which is the same team, I believe, that Van Persie. Does Van Persie play for them, or is it Fenerbahce? No, he plays for Fenerbahce. It's the same team as Quaresma, sorry. Same team as Quaresma, so pretty good player there for building some hybrids. I think there's also Sosa, some other good players who do play for Besiktas. He's probably the best left back, I think, now in their league. I'm not too sure if there is anyone else. Erkin was the best, but he's actually gone to Inter Milan, if you didn't know. I have already said that. He's got a nice card, really well-rounded stats, 5-star weak foot as well. Could be a decent little player next year. I think he actually gets a hyperlink to Marcelo as well, who is a gold centre-back who does play for Besiktas too. We then have Ciro Immobile returning to the Serie A. If you remember back on FIFA 14 for Torino, he had a Team of the Season card. Then he went to, I believe it was like Sevilla, and then he went to Borussia Dortmund, and now he has gone back to the Serie A. So he's gone to a lot of teams really in the past couple of years. He's gone back to the Serie A this time for Lazio. Now, Lazio don't have that many good strikers. I think they have Djorgovic or someone, I think it's that, and he's Serbian. Which is a pity because there are a lot of good wingers and midfielders for Lazio. I think they've got Keita, Kishner, I think Candreva has actually gone to Inter Milan, but I don't think his card's yet been put onto Ultimate Team. And then they've got Lulic, Parolu. They've got a lot of good midfielders, but no strikers really, which is annoying for building hybrids and stuff. So if Immobile does get maybe a nice upgrade, maybe to 4-star skill moves or something like that, he could be a decent player on FIFA 17. We then have got Bafétimbi Gomis. He has gone from Swansea to Marseille. Now, I believe he was actually at Lyon like 2 years ago. Back on FIFA 14, he was actually pretty good when heading was really OP. He's obviously quite a good player in the air. He's quite tall and quite strong. Now he has gone to Marseille as a replacement for Michy Batshuayi, who's gone to Chelsea. And yeah, not really the best of cards. Maybe a decent kind of target man striker, but he hasn't really got the best of pace or skill moves. We then have Idrissa Gueye. He's actually gone from, I think it's Aston Villa. Yeah, actually it is Aston Villa. He is wearing an Aston Villa shirt in his picture on Ultimate Team. He's actually gone to Everton. And I think Everton now have like some really rich new owners. They've been linked with a lot of players, including Draxler and Mata, some other players like that. But yeah, he's got a well-rounded card. They're not the best shooting, but pretty much over 70 and everything else. And if he does get an upgrade, I doubt he will, because Aston Villa weren't really that good last season. But yeah, he has got a decent cheap non-rare card. Maybe you could use that in a cheap starter team on FIFA 17. We then have got Danilo. Now, this guy here has gone from Valencia to Benfica. I think that's Benfica. I always muddle up the different teams in Portugal. I don't know why, but he's gone to Benfica, and he, I believe, is a good like young player. Now, I only know this off career mode because he's got really high potential. He's got like, I think 88 or 89 potential. So yeah, he could be a decent player in the future for Benfica. Going to get a lot of hyperlinks and strong links to some of the other players who are Brazilian in the Portuguese league. There are a lot of Brazilian players, and yeah, he is pretty young, born in 1996. He's only 4 years older than me, and yeah, he has got a decent card. I mean, medium-high work rate, 6 foot tall, good physical, good defending. He's a good defensive player, not really the quickest, but I don't know if he plays kind of as a defensive midfielder. I think he does, but yeah, you never know. He could get an inform at centre-back or something like that on FIFA 17, and that would be a pretty nice card. So yeah, that is the end of these transfers. As you can see, we've got kind of the main ones being this kind of first line of the reserves, really. But let's just check the prices. Giulano, what is he selling for right here? He may be extinct. He isn't extinct. He's got a couple of cards on the market right here. One for 2.7k, which is a bit cheaper than the others. Could actually make some profit on him if I was trading. We've got Schürrle. What is he selling for? Probably not too much. Wow, he's actually going for a lot. Is he? No. Ooh, actually 5k is quite a lot, but yeah, he has already got a card in the Bundesliga. What is Pato selling for? He is pretty cheap, and he's got quite a nice card. Sane, getting a hyperlink to Gundogan, actually. Wow, this video has gone on for like 20 minutes. I've only just looked down at the time, but Gotze very, very cheap, obviously, because he is a left mid, and the other cards aren't really selling for too much. But there are some pretty good transfers here for Ultimate Team. Giulano, I've got a skill squad coming out around him, and some other transferred players, I believe, around transferred Sane and Giulano in a couple of days. So I will have that out quite soon. Schürrle's a decent transfer. I mean, same league, but he's going to get a lot of better links to some decent players who play for Dortmund. Pato's a really nice transfer. He's going to be quite cheap on FIFA 17 and have a nice card, hopefully. Sane, really nice transfer right there, especially if he does get upgraded to 4-star skills next year. Boateng, always good to have some more players in the Liga BBVA who are kind of that level below people like Iniesta and Cruz, James Rodriguez, Modric, etc. There are loads and loads of the high budget midfielders and not too many of the cheaper ones. So now you've got maybe him, Kovacic and Perez. You could build a nice cheap midfield on FIFA 17. Blaszczykowski, a decent transfer. Baba as well, there aren't that many good fullbacks. Same as Koch in the Bundesliga. Andre Gomes, if he does get an upgrade, would be pretty good. And then we've got Ben Yedder, Vieto, and also Gamiero, so they could have some nice cheap cards next year, especially Ben Yedder. Montoya is a decent card, and Saudi could be good maybe for building some hybrids. Next year, he's going to get a nice link to people like Miranda, and I was going to say Juan Jesus. He's actually gone to Roma, if you didn't know, and he's been converted to a left-back on Ultimate Team. Milik could be a decent transfer if he does get upgraded on FIFA 17, and the rest aren't really too important unless you're maybe a fan of a team like Everton, and obviously Gay has gone to Everton. There are a couple of other transfers, I think some more kind of non-rare ones which I haven't included. If you guys do want me to show in future kind of some silver players and stuff that have transferred, I will show silver players if they're like really good ones. I think Wellington Silva's actually transferred to a team in the Brazilian league, to I think Fluminense, but he's not yet been put on to Ultimate Team as a transfer. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. This video has gone on for a while, but hope you guys have kind of learned about some of the new transfers. If there are any videos you do want to see in the future, any specific kind of squad builds or trading methods, comment them down below. And as I said in the intro, do comment any questions you have for my Q&A for 5,000 subscribers down below as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.